saddened and horrified, quite honestly, by the response of the Trump administration in regard to this very serious issue.
President Donald Trump has threatened to pull funding from schools that do not reopen this fall. Michigan's Attorney General says the threat is putting Americans at risk. Fox 47's Maureen Halliday has more on what that means for Michigan schools.
When at the end of the school day, kids don't stay at school, they go home, and they go home to their parents and their grandparents who are older, who do have other conditions that leave them more susceptible.
President Donald Trump took to Twitter Wednesday to put pressure on states looking to possibly keep their schools closed in fear of the coronavirus. Attorney General Dana Nessel says the president isn't thinking with the public's health and safety in mind.
And to say we're going to have the same plan for all 50 states, you have to go back to school no matter what, is a way that we totally disregard the health, the safety, and the security of everyone in America, not just school children, but their families and their communities.
President Trump's threat to take away school funding comes one day after Nessel filed a lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Education and its leader, Secretary Betsy DeVos. Under DeVos's new policy, private schools would receive $21.5 million in CARES Act funding. Nessel says that money should be allocated back to public schools.
They already have access and the ability to afford those things that allow remote learning, and poor children simply don't.
Nessel says DeVos isn't using Title I funds correctly. The funds under Title I are supposed to go to low-income students.
Instead of looking at the number of low-income students, which they're required to do under Title I, they looked at the total number of students that are in these private schools. And that's where the disparity comes in. And that is not the formula that they have ever used. They are certainly not supposed to use that formula now in regard to the CARES funding.
In Lansing, Maureen Halliday, Fox 47 News.
Attorney General Nessel said she is hoping for a court order that would allow her to allocate the $21 million back to public schools and low-income students.